Wearable fashion is no longer a static concept. It evolves rapidly as technology, sustainability, culture, and personal identity intersect in powerful ways. In 2026, the world of wearable fashion is poised to enter a bold new era where functionality, expression, and innovation merge to redefine what clothing and accessories truly mean. Every season, designers and brands push boundaries. But the trends we are seeing now are not just momentary, they are signals of a deeper cultural shift. These trends will not only dominate wardrobes across the United States, but will influence global fashion narratives as people increasingly seek garments that speak to individuality, tech integration, comfort, and sustainability. One of the most exciting wearable fashion developments heading into 2026 is the rise of intelligent textiles that interact with the wearer. Imagine clothing that can adapt to temperature changes, monitor your health, or even charge your devices. As technology becomes more integrated into everyday life, wearable fashion is moving beyond smartwatches and fitness bands into full outfits infused with innovation. Fabrics embedded with microsensors and conductive fibers are being developed to respond to body heat, heart rate, and movement, offering both functionality and aesthetic appeal. These garments represent a new frontier in fashion, where the line between function and style disappears, and consumers start to demand more from what they wear than ever before. Alongside these intelligent textiles, adaptive clothing designed to be inclusive and comfortable for all body types is gaining unprecedented attention. The fashion industry has come under scrutiny for its historical lack of inclusivity. And as we head into 2026, designers are creating pieces that are not only stylish, but also accessible and accommodating. Adaptive fashion integrates features like magnetic closures, adjustable fits, and sensory-friendly fabrics that cater to individuals with disabilities or those who simply prioritize comfort and ease of wear. What was once a niche segment is rapidly becoming mainstream, and forward-thinking brands are leading the charge by celebrating diversity and redefining what universal design means in wearable fashion. Eco-conscious consumers continue to shape trends, and sustainability is expected to remain at the forefront of wearable fashion in 2026 in ways that go far beyond recycled materials. People are increasingly aware of the environmental impact of clothing production, and the industry's response has been transformative. Biodegradable fabrics, plant-based dyes, and closed-loop production systems are becoming more widespread. Designers are embracing regenerative textiles like mushroom, leather, and algae-based fabrics, which offer the aesthetic and durability of traditional materials with significantly lower ecological footprints. The sustainability movement also influences how garments are marketed, with transparency in sourcing and production becoming a key factor in consumer choice. Another trend poised for massive growth is modular fashion, clothing that can be reconfigured, expanded, or transformed according to the wearer's needs. Rather than buying multiple pieces, consumers can invest in modular garments that adapt to different occasions. Think jackets with detachable sleeves that become vests, dresses with interchangeable panels, and pants that zip off into shorts. Modular fashion speaks to the practical desires of modern lifestyles, offering customizable style without waste. It aligns with minimalism and sustainability, while empowering individuals to curate their own expression. In 2026, this trend will flourish as more designers embrace innovation, convenience, and adaptability. Augmented reality (AR) fashion experiences are also on the rise, reshaping how people shop for and engage with wearable fashion. Virtual try-on technology is now more accurate and immersive than ever, allowing customers to see how garments will look on their bodies before purchasing. This trend is particularly influential in online retail, where reducing return rates and enhancing user experience are major priorities. Top fashion retailers in the USA are investing heavily in AR interfaces, letting shoppers experiment with styles, colors, and combinations without stepping into a fitting room. AR fashion experiences also blur the space between physical and digital worlds, giving rise to new forms of expression and branding experiences that resonate with tech-savvy consumers. Personalization remains an enduring theme in fashion, but in 2026 it will evolve far beyond monogrammed initials. Advanced customization platforms are allowing customers to influence design choices in real time, from selecting fabric textures to adjusting silhouettes. This level of personalization transforms wearable fashion into a collaborative experience between the consumer and the brand. Instead of mass-produced garments, people can now access pieces that reflect their unique aesthetic and needs. This approach enhances emotional attachment to clothing, fosters brand loyalty, and drives the desire for sustainable consumption. Personalization in wearable fashion is a powerful trend because it celebrates individuality. In an age where generic style is no longer satisfying to discerning consumers, comfort remains king, and the trend of elevated loungewear continues to shape fashion choices in 2026. The pandemic accelerated the popularity of athleisure and soft, relaxed silhouettes, but this movement has matured into something more refined. Elevated loungewear blends cozy fabrics with sophisticated design elements. Think soft cashmere sets with tailored cuts or luxurious knitwear that feels as good as it looks. This trend is not just about working from home. It reflects a cultural shift where comfort is no longer sacrificed for style. People want garments that feel good on the body and convey sophistication without restriction. Wearable fashion in 2026 embraces this ethos wholeheartedly, offering clothing that enhances well-being while maintaining chic aesthetics. Digital fashion and nths, non-fungible tokens are forging a space of their own within wearable fashion trends. Digital fashion pieces exist solely in virtual environments, but can be worn in social media, avatars, virtual reality spaces, or digital selfies. These fashion assets often come with blockchain authentication, meaning each item is unique and owned by the purchaser. For trendsetters and digital natives, owning digital fashion has become a form of self-expression and status. In 2026, the lines between physical and digital wardrobes are merging. Some high-end designers are launching collections that offer both real garments and their digital counterparts, giving consumers a hybrid fashion experience. This trend speaks to a generation that values both physical presence and online identity, reshaping how we think about fashion ownership. Collaboration between fashion, brands, and technology. Companies will also define wearable fashion in 2026. These partnerships are not limited to smartwatches or fitness trackers. They extend into fully integrated fashion tech ecosystems. Imagine sneakers that sync with health apps, jackets with built-in environmental sensors, or dresses that change color based on mood or ambient light. Silicon Valley startups and fashion houses are increasingly joining forces, and this cross-industry innovation accelerates wearable fashion into terrains previously reserved for sci-fi imagination. The result is a fusion of elegance and utility, garments that not only look exceptional, but provide value through technology that enhances daily life. Bold color palettes and expressive prints are making a big statement in wearable fashion as well. After years of neutral tones dominating wardrobes, consumers are ready for vibrancy and creativity. Colors that evoke optimism, individuality, and cultural connectivity are taking center stage. From electric blues and fiery reds to unexpected combinations of pastels and neons, color becomes an emotional language. Prints inspired by art, music, and global cultures further enrich the fashion landscape, enabling wearers to express identity confidently. In 2026, fashion will reflect the diverse voices of a global community and embrace colors that make bold personal statements. Minimalist silhouettes also have their place in the fashion forecast for 2026, forming a counterbalance to maximalist expressions. Clean lines, timeless cuts, and refined tailoring appeal to a growing audience that values longevity over trend cycles. Minimalism in wearable fashion is not about simplicity for its own sake. It is about intentional design that transcends passing fads. Consumers are investing in pieces that can be worn for years, styled in countless ways, and integrated effortlessly into existing wardrobes. The minimalist trend resonates with mindful consumption and sustainability, aligning with the broader cultural shift toward quality over quantity. Another major trend in wearable fashion is the resurgence of artisan craftsmanship. In a world influenced by fast fashion and factory production, handmade details and traditional techniques are gaining appreciation. Consumers are seeking garments that tell a story, pieces that reflect heritage, craftsmanship, and intentionality. Embroidery, hand-woven textiles, and artisanal dyeing techniques add depth and meaning to wearable fashion. And many designers are collaborating with local artisans to bring these elements into modern design. This trend not only elevates fashion aesthetics but also supports cultural preservation and ethical labor practices. In 2026, fashion consumers will increasingly seek pieces that connect them with heritage and human creativity. Wearable fashion continues to embrace gender fluidity and the breakdown of traditional fashion norms. The rigid categories of men's and women's wear are dissolving as designers produce collections that celebrate fluidity, comfort, and self-defined identity. Gender-neutral fashion pieces allow people to dress beyond societal expectations and foster a more inclusive fashion culture. This shift is not just stylistic, but deeply cultural, reflecting evolving ideas about identity and expression. Wearable fashion becomes a tool for autonomy, letting individuals choose what feels right, regardless of binary constraints. This trend will gain momentum in 2026 as more brands launch collections that defy gender categorization and celebrate personal freedom. Footwear trends are following similar trajectories, blending innovation, comfort, and futuristic design. Sneakers continue to be a staple, but with advanced comfort technology and bold design elements that make each pair a statement on its own. High-performance materials, typically found in athletic shoes, are now entering lifestyle footwear, resulting in durable, comfortable, and stylish options suitable for everyday wear. Footwear is no longer just functional. It communicates personality, lifestyle, and forward-thinking aesthetics. In 2026, the most sought-after shoes will balance comfort with cutting-edge design, embodying the wearer's unique energy with every step. Accessories are also transforming wearable fashion, with pieces that are both ornamental and functional. Jewelry with embedded technology, such as smart rings that track health signals or bracelets that interact with smartphones, are becoming more popular. Handbags and backpacks are being reimagined with built-in charging ports, anti-theft technology, and modular features. Accessories are no longer afterthoughts. They are essential components of a wearable fashion ecosystem that enhances usability and personal expression. Ultimately, the fashion trends dominating 2026 reflect a deeper cultural evolution. Wearable fashion is becoming more intelligent, inclusive, expressive, sustainable, and personalized. These trends are not fleeting. They represent fundamental changes in how people relate to clothing and accessories. In this new paradigm, fashion transcends aesthetics alone and becomes a dynamic interplay between identity, technology, ethics, and lifestyle. Whether you are a fashion enthusiast, a trend forecaster, or someone simply looking to elevate your wardrobe, understanding these wearable fashion trends equips you to embrace the future with confidence and creativity. The fashion of 2026 will be defined not just by what we wear, but by how we express our values, our individuality, and our connection to the world around us.